Hello and welcome to the CFL podcast, where we are finally back. I made a thing a couple months ago explaining that we were bringing the podcast back, and then made no videos afterwards. Good times. So now my plan is to actually start to follow up on that and bring back the podcast. Some things you guys can expect in the future is going to be audio formatted, so you can listen to this passively in your car while on your way to work, because everybody loves to hear my voice on their commute. The second thing you could expect is you'll also see it on IGTV. So for those of you guys that don't know how to sign into, excuse me, let me just adjust this. For those of you guys that don't know how to sign into your YouTube channel, no problem. It'll be there for you on Instagram through IGTV in long video format. For today, I'm just using a blank white wall as my background. As you can see, we're going with a slightly kidnap ransom vibe on today's podcast. Hopefully in the future we'll shoot it inside the gym, in the office, and I'll put up a little banner and it'll be fun for those of you guys watching it visually. For those of you guys just listening to it, welcome. You can't see any of the stuff I am talking about, but that's okay. I also have this microphone, which I'm currently using as a prop, because I don't know where the cord is to plug it in. But hey, it looks cool and it shows just more than a white wall behind me. So welcome to the CrossFit podcast, if I could talk. And what we're gonna cover today, I thought would be good, is usually Grace will be here with me on the podcast, but our schedules are a little crazy with her being in graduate school, going after her master's in nutrition science. Our schedules are a little hard for both of us to just sit down and do the podcast. So my idea is I will do as many of them as I can solo and hopefully bring some good, interesting stuff for you guys. And then the rest of them we will do how we used to, with the two of us on it at the same time, discussing various topics. Some of the topics I want to get into for this, let's call it a season, if you will, of the CFL podcast is going to be more informative stuff about health and fitness. We'll get into nutrition, of course. We'll do some deep dives into some common questions and some interesting facts about nutrition. Of course, we'll talk about CrossFit on this, and CrossFit news and what's to come, as well as just everyday topics in the health and fitness industry and around and at large. And as always, we will be taking your guys' questions. So, addressing the one question we had from the We're Back podcast that I posted up about 3 months ago was from Peter B. Peter, thank you. All your questions mean so much to us here at the CrossFit Livermore podcast. And he asked, why don't you hang anything on your walls? Well, Peter, I'll tell you why we don't hang anything on our walls. Because I'm lazy and I hate to do it. Which is pretty much the honest answer. But really, we had some shelves and some other things that we've been meaning to hang. But yeah, like I said, I need to get around to actually doing that. So that addresses the one question we had from last time. For today's episode, I want to get into a little bit more of the future of CFL, the future of the gym, and hopefully the future of CrossFit at large. A couple months ago, I think 2 months ago, a article from a magazine was given to me from Grace's mom, actually, and she kind of tore it out of the magazine and handed it to me and was like, hey, these are some of the questions that they were talking about, which I thought would be cool for you to just look over. Well, after I read them and I decided that they were cool, they did have some value, I wrote them out, answering them, kind of getting those answers out of my head and onto paper. And then after sharing them with a couple people, I thought it would be cool to publicly share them with you guys. So these are our 5 questions about CrossFit Livermore, or the CFL business, of where we are, who we are, and where we are going. So I'll read the questions for you guys in the format that they are, and then I'll just go ahead and answer them, and then hopefully this spawns some sort of conversation we could have about the future of the gym, or conversations that you guys have, and then this will dovetail, if you will, into a event that Grace and I are going to through this weekend that is really exciting. All right, so the first question, who are we? Answer, a CrossFit gym on its path to becoming a future health center. I believe that the CrossFit methodology at its core is the solution for optimal health, aiming to change behavior in diet, exercise, and mindset while offering an unmatched community of support. So that is basically where we are now. As you guys know, that CrossFit yields great results in its exercise nutrition is a constant conversation we're having in the gym. It's literally written up on the 100 Words of Fitness right when you walk in. And obviously our community is unmatched. The CrossFit community at large is a great unmatched community, but especially the one, of course, that we have at CFL. Question number 2. What do we want to be? CFL, or Conditioning for Life, as it will become to be known in the future, will continue to add over the years PTs, RDs, and MDs. These are medical practitioners that are PhDs or masters in their field. Inside the gym, we will cover anything from minor surgery to catastrophic surgery rehab, as well as working every day to reverse chronic diseases, making it not only a modern day's doctor's office, but a lasting solution once health is restored. The gym will always have that CrossFit box feel to it, but the front of the house will see some changes, providing not only a small boutique style store that will provide some supplements, clothing, and gear, but we'll also have a doctor's offices, PT rehab rooms, massage therapists on hand, and consultation rooms, and etc. We will host a range of people to speak and educate the public on topics regarding of health, and provide these events free to all locally and at scale like this, with a video and podcast. Also, I'll be working with major HR firms to establish micro centers within corporations to further increase our reach. So a couple of these things in the who we want to be. Of course, adding more medical professionals to our repertoire of coaches is just continuing to position ourselves as professionals in the health industry. The second part of it is I always feel that with CrossFit itself and with the way we work out in the gym, it's always going to be what it is, which is going to be barbells, weights, a rubber floor, steel rigs. This type of stuff shouldn't really see the changes, even as the front of the house becomes more professional looking and more cleaner, and we actually have different medical professionals inside at the front. The back of it will always just be a gym, because there ain't nothing fancy going on there but a whole lot of hard work, and that will never change. So the hope is that when you come and see a doctor and they prescribe you, hey, you need some lifestyle changes, you need some diet, and you need some exercise in your life, then rather than leaving you up to your own demise to fall out those doors and to hopefully find somebody that'll actually help you with this transformation, they will prescribe you CrossFit as it is. And you will take your prescription from your doctor and head to the back of the gym, discuss with one of our dietitians on how you could better your eating, and then also go discuss with one of our coaches as to how we could get you started on exercise. So that way there's actually a lasting solution. And also, these will become sticky. It'll happen over a long period of time. You'll be able to continue to be involved with your health and fitness rather than just going to see the doctor during your checkup and being told whether you've been doing the things that are right or wrong. You will have a solution provided in-house right there for you. Question number 3. Why are we in business? Answer: to empower people into taking their health into their own hands while providing a realistic, simple solution to the largest health issues in the U.S. We aim to change these habits and lifestyles such as eating, exercise, and mindset in an inclusive environment that is comfortable for everybody to learn in. So this is exactly it. This is the core reason why we're in business, is to show people that you don't need to stand around and wait for a doctor to tell you what you do. You don't need to wait till it's too late and you're on prescription drugs and you're already too far down the rabbit hole of health issues. Our purpose is to show you that you are in charge of your health and fitness, and you could do something about that by just showing up, doing what you're supposed to do in the classes, talking to the people, asking lots of questions, and eating the correct foods. It's empowering people to take their health into their own hands and not just wait for being told what to do. Question number 4. Now this one has a twofold answer, and the question is, what is your role? So the first part is we'll talk about what I wrote for my coaches or for myself as far as what is our role is, and then we'll go to the second part of that, which is what is your role as a member of the community at CFL. So answer, starting with the coaches: to provide world-class coaching and to continue to lead by example through hard work and practicing what you preach. Establishing expertise by continuing to learn and develop your skills. and uphold a classroom environment and standard that you're proud of and that exemplifies CFL's core values. So as a coach, we want to be at the top of our game. We always want to be learning. We want to be seeking new information and continuing to develop our craft. On top of that, we also want to practice what we preach. We want to be in the gym, doing the workouts right alongside of all of the people that are doing it, right alongside the community, and also taking those same habits that we preach inside the gym and applying them to our own lives. It always baffles me when you see the clearly overweight, out of shape, unhealthy doctor turning to the patient and saying, you need diet and exercise. Because maybe, doc, you need diet and exercise. So as far as what is your role as a community member? Well, it's to be as welcoming as possible. If we go back to that last question of an inclusive environment that's fit for everybody to work out in, that's one of the things that I love the most about CrossFit, and especially at CFL, is that it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you have going on, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is that you come in and that you work hard. And basically the only rules that we have is just that. Introduce yourself to somebody new, work really hard in the workouts, and don't clean up until everybody's done. Simple, right? And with that, it keeps us together as a community. So if you could go one step and beyond and encourage and support and high five and really be friends with these people, that is even better. But we keep the rules basic. Work hard, have fun, don't be a jerk. It's basically how you could break it down. The last question on here is, what is our goal? And this might be a little cliche, if you will, but the answer that I put is changing people's lives. One workout at a time by creating a positive and trusting atmosphere that supports the building of relationships, self-improvement, and hard work. And that's basically it. That is our goal. One workout at a time, one person at a time, one day at a time. And those small little changes lead to really big result on the other end. If we could affect a lot of these people with these changes and then they become more positively influenced in their lives, they're going to take that same positive vibe, that same positive feeling that they have, and they're going to give it out to other people. And in return, it starts to self-run itself, right? Then everybody is positive and giving back. And that's the goal. The goal is to show people that they could come into our building, doesn't matter where you're starting from, and we will help you achieve your fitness and health goals. And the funny part about it is once you start on this exercise, once you start going down this path, you actually become a lot better at multiple facets of your life, not just thrusters and making sure you're eating the right things, but your mindset starts to change, your work ethic starts to change, the people you're around start to change, and before you know it, your whole life is going in a much more positive direction. At least that's the goal of us at CFL here. And that basically sums up our 5 questions of who we are, where we want to be, what's our role, and what's our goal. And I wanted to just share this with you guys because not only will you help me propel my own vision, but also hopefully it's your guys' vision as well, a small part of it. And that's really to change the way that healthcare is at large. That is our goal. That is my goal. That is the goal of CrossFit as well. It's to become these health centers that really show people how to stay healthy, how they could take their health into their own hands, and how they can make it that a lasting part of their lives before it's too late and we're on the prescription meds and we're having to deal with a lot of these issues that just are stemming from the fact that we're not taking the time to do the right things. So this officially ends the podcast number 1. I like to keep them short, keep them sweet. If you guys have any topics that you want us to see us review, or if you guys have any questions, as always, leave them in the comments below, and we'll make sure to get over your questions. Again, we're going to try to hold to that weekly schedule as much as we can. I know that I said that 3 months ago, and then this is the first podcast, so you probably don't have much faith in me right now, but that's all right. Hang tight. And as always, thank you guys for listening, and we hope to catch you at the next one.